As you can see, we're just about loaded in. We're ready to kick this game off on Catherine Square. It's all tied up. In the top right position, we have the red team representing Europe. It is Lillekanin and Hanfy. And in the bottom position, we have the blue Protoss Patience, joined by Terror Prime. So, as we are getting slowly closer and closer to the conclusion of the qualifier, another big shout out to Ting. Check them out, especially if you're American, because that is where they operate. ksl.ting.com. You can support some awesome growth in the StarCraft 2 competitive scene. We have $5,000 on the line for the teams that qualify, as we have already invited 4 to compete in the actual main tournament. So the teams that finish top 2 in this qualifier, so basically whoever wins this one and the next one, whoever wins this match, and the next match following this are going to be put into the group stage. Some of the currently invited teams, we have Huck and State. We have Hydra and Cats, and a proxy gateway out of Patience this game, by the way, guys, in case you're blind and didn't see this, or if you're listening, I guess. As well as Nurture Bly and Crank and Heart. So some really awesome matchups coming your way, and those guys I'm sure will be watching this, as Lillekanin and Hanfy just seem to have really good builds. Gas first out of Lillekanin in this game, so maybe we're going to see a little bit of that gas first reactor Hellion that is known to be so popular in this matchup. This really quick pool out of Terror is going to allow him to supplement with probably, just a 10-pool Baneling. So it's going to be Proxy 2-gate plus 10-pool Baneling. So the Banelings bust the wall down, and then the Zealots just kill everything else. Hanfy, it looked like he wanted to go hatch first, but then he changed his mind and just threw down that spawning pool. I think he's realized something fishy's going on here. He's like, okay, I probe scouted you, but you don't have anything in your base. What is this? Lillekanin very quickly walled off because of that. But Banelings might be enough to crack this open. Lillekanin's getting ready to repair. He's going to build a bunker right behind the barracks wall. And I can't say I blame him for that. Very smart decision making here. He actually stopped mining gas. He's like, yeah, okay, I'm not going to do a factory build. The Lings are here. He's got the Marines. But, Terror, you're going to need to just go build some Banelings and try to bust this down, because I really don't see any way he's going to crack this. So Lillekanin being very, very aware. And a cybernetics core has actually been built here, too. So Patience is ready to go for some variety of follow-up that's going to allow him to play off of how late the tech is. Even though Lillekanin has some gas, like he hasn't been able to make any use of it because of how fast this aggression is hitting. So just building pure Marines right now. Lowers the wall, is going to come in. Okay, here we go. There's enough. I think five Banelings is going to be his magic number to try to crack this base open, as he does have the Stalkers to work on the depots in the low ground. Trying to prevent this bunker from being placed would actually be really important. And gets one SCV. The other one is just barely out of range, though, so I think this bunker is going to finish. Does Terror have enough to break this? He's actually took enough health off of the supply depot that the Banelings should be able to do the rest of the job. But, Patience is playing this very, very slowly, using the range advantage that the Stalkers have in this position as he gets to work on this bunker. 3 bunkers, though, for Lillekanin. I feel like you shouldn't be able to break this, but this is still a crazy, crazy amount that's being committed. Like, this is going to be the most mega deluxe all-in that you're going to see. And I love that he's really biding his time here, because he wants to use the Banelings in the bunker and not the supply depot. So he just baits the SCVs over to repair and then kills those. Speed is on the way for Terror, so he'll have that to follow up, but he's basically just double chrono boosting out Stalkers right outside of the enemy's base, because, I mean, what else is he really going to do? Like, you're so all in with all of your production on the other side of the map. Lillekanin actually got supply blocked a bit too, so the Marine production has halted. Definitely not good for our Terran player, as the wall continues to be pushed down, and Lillekanin finds himself even further. He's not going to need to just supply drop this depot if he wants to build any units. He is stuck. Lillekanin is stuck by all intents and purposes. And this is so sick that we're just continuing to power out units here. Like, they are ready to just go mega all in. Here come the Banelings up the ramp first. Bunker's going to kill. Oh, trades 2 Banelings for 5. Not bad. First bunker's still alive, but the Stalkers are going to try to run past. The Banelings are ready for Hanfy to try and help take this down. He picks up the last Baneling, then moves up the ramp. If he can kill all these units of Patience, I think they should have this game in the bag. He's rebuilding that wall immediately so that there cannot be any reinforcements from Terror. But the Marines alone aren't going to cut it. This Baneling is so close. Oh, so close to hitting a few of these Lings, and he does not manage to pick it off. Lillekanin, it doesn't seem like he has enough to actually break them. In Patience with this push, with this, I guess this is what we were talking about, 2v2. Oh, he actually forced him down the ramp. He forced him down the ramp. Is this going to build more Banelings and try to break him again? I don't know, but this does give him some time. This gives Hanfy and Lillekanin some time to actually prepare a defense now. Oh, that Queen. Oh, Queen picks off the kill. Not bad, not bad. And it sucks though, because this is all of Lillekanin's production. He can't, like, he's going to lose his barracks, but he can't afford to. Like, yeah, you're dead. Oh man, okay, it's actually, this one might get away, but now he has to worry about this one. And he's completely gotten rid of his wall. These Lings, catch these Lings. Very good catch by Hanfy as the Banelings do move in now. First one not getting too big of a detonation. These Lings are going to go to the mineral line of Lillekanin as the Stalkers continue to break on the bunkers at the front. And these Banelings, oh, these SCVs are so clumped up. I think he's going to kill every last worker of Lillekanin. These Lings are going to chase the Stalkers down the ramp, so maybe he kills these. But he does have that continued reinforcement going in. Warp Gate is now just being researched by Patience. And I mean, Lillekanin lost all of his workers, and now, okay, he does finally pick those up. Wow. Actually, never mind. Some of them managed to barely escape. That's incredibly impressive. He's got energy for a transfuse on his Queen, so he manages to do that. And Patience, the last guy, with some forces here on the map. He does maintain the highest supply. Well, Hanfy's actually starting to take a big lead there as he picks off these Stalkers. But if he loses this before his Warp Gate's done, how could he ever hope to win this game? I don't think it's going to be possible. The Queen's even went out and picking off these Overlords. Going to grab these Stalker, the next one, and Terror has to do everything he can to defend his opponent, to defend his teammate. I don't think he can. Like, once this pylon is dead, this game's pretty much over. He's got one Stalker, but he won't be able to save this pylon. So no Warp Gate. It's going to kill these Lings, and like this Stalker is like cutely positioned, but the Marines are going to come kill it too. He has absolutely nothing. He's going to build 2 more gateways at home and a Stargate. But does he really think he's ever going to repower this? That's some very positive thinking there. So now the counterattack, I guess, begins. I don't, whatever you want to call it. He's going to move in. He really wants to kill that Cybercore because he knows that a lot of the tech depends on it. He's really relying basically now on an Oracle to win in this game because he can't warp in units at regular speed. That Baneling picks off 2 Lings. That one gets 2. It's actually pretty decent trades to get rid of the Banelings. And now he comes up. He wants to deny the rest because he knows that those Marines are going to be quite strong and any other Zerglings that he builds. The Stargate is ready for Patience. Oracle on the way. Oh, he sees it with his Overlord, though, so he knows. He's got a Spore. Lillekanin has a turret, actually, already, so those guys saw it coming way faster than I did. Now they're getting inside their opponent's base. And Terror trying to micro his drones with the Zealots. But Terror is losing all of his own units, so it's basically just waiting for these Zealots to save him. And now the Marines are coming. These Marines are going to have such a big impact on this fight because there's just such little unit production, and especially with no Banelings and no Stalkers. Like, is he just going to have his Oracle come over here and try to fight against this? I don't think that's going to work. He loses an Overlord. I mean, the Zerglings are killing all of these probes. The Mothership Core can put an overcharge, but then he can just... Oh, he's actually pushing the Mothership Core away. So he can't even overcharge. Oh, my goodness. Well, I mean, I think that the blue team will survive a bit longer, but I really, really like this position. Time Warp some Marines so that the Lings and Zealots can get on top of them. Very, very smart, but will he get the Mothership Core? No. Ooh, 2 hits away. This game has been intense. The Oracle runs in, focuses down a few drones, still actually gets 3 workers. That's something. Oh, these 2 Queens. Oh, gets the Oracle. Nice. But losing that Cybercore was a big, big, big hurt. He's just halfway done with Warp Gate now. He's so broke, he might even just come try to bring a pylon over here to use this again later on. This Oracle actually loses a significant amount of its shields and health before it even shows up. Funny thing is, enough of these SCVs are weak that he could get like 6 kills maybe before a missile turret even killed him as these Lings pick off the gateways. And a few more Marines do move out. And Terror just has absolutely nothing. He has been forced to build a ridiculous number of Lings just to stay alive. And Patience is still on 1 base. But Hanfy's got 2 hatcheries set up. Lillekanin's got another command center. He's fully saturated. Lillekanin is actually just rolling in the money now. And I really don't see, like, I think Hanfy, this is the march of the Penguins, the march of doom, and this Oracle gets wrecked. I don't think he can be stopped. This is the immovable object that is 6 Queens, banking energy, some close to max, as they approach your base to kill you for proxy gating, baneling busting them, and we could potentially see a qualifier where the non-Koreans actually beat the Koreans. I think it's gonna happen. I don't think this can be stopped. We need some intense music. We need some MLG 360 no scope sounds, because I think Hanfy and Lillekanin are about to win this game. The only thing that's missing is a little bit of assistance from Lillekanin, but with his 3 command centers, he's economically guaranteeing the rest of this game. Like, what's here to stop this? A couple force fields and some banelings, but the queens, there's nothing to answer these queens. There's so much energy to transfuse. The lings come in. Okay, so he does get to use the banelings. That's actually really cute. Baneling force field, but the mothership core gets wrecked. And these queens are not going to be stopped. Like, he's just going to try to warp in enough sentries to permanently force field this. He needs a dozen sentries for that. The banelings come in. Oops. Pulling back a bit. Gets the zealots. The pylon is very close to dying. He's actually out of force fields. He's only got 1 left, so we can't stop him from coming in anymore. The banelings are going to hit the sentries. This Birdling counterattack somehow gets into Lillekanin's base, but there's enough Marines, I think, to deal with it. I think he's okay. These banelings are going to continue to roll in. The rest of the Zerg forces moving over to that mineral line. He's like, you've got drones.